Welcome to Live, Let Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello. Welcome back.
Hello. This is another exciting episode of
Live,
Let
Thrive.
Boom. Who's
Kinda
that?
worked.
Who's that in the back?
Hey.
Talking in the
How's it going?
mic number 3. For this Mahogany. Give it up for Mahogany.
Again.
Mahogany's clapping louder for herself, you know.
Of course. Who's going to cheer you on if you're not cheering on yourself?
That's just a good quote. That's a quotable right there. Or a tweetable. What do they call that?
Tweetable. A good
Yeah.
Twitter tweet.
Episode 26.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're deep in the 30s, man. We're looking at middle age pretty soon.
Yeah, 26. What can we do at 26?
I don't remember
The pressure
26
is
too
on.
much.
Not that good of a... Mahogany will be 26 next year. She'll let us know.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
let you know how that goes.
She
Yeah.
just got back from Las Vegas.
Oh,
Oh
how
my
was
gosh.
that?
Awesome. Shout out to Christina. She's getting married, and Isaiah.
Yay.
Yeah, it was
Any-
a nice, fun
any-
bachelorette party.
Any interesting Vegas stories or what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
Yeah, and what happens in Vegas does have to stay in Vegas.
Except on Facebook, too. You, put it out there.
Yeah,
on
we could do a
Facebook,
couple
too.
pictures.
So,
Yeah.
Steve,
It
what
was
have you been up to?
Oh, man. Making that Airbnb monies.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
how is
saying?
it?
Oh, it's cool. It's great, man. It's I'm glad we did it, you know, and I'm glad we didn't just go the long-term route, the cheap route, you know. And my wife's been helping me a lot, helping. We've been doing it together. She pretty much took over the cleaning because she wants that cleaning fee money, and so
Yeah.
I told her if she
understand
does,
that.
she goes and turns the house herself. You know, I'm at work or whatever, and she gets the full 50 because I mean I would pay someone else to do it anyways.
Oh, what you should do is add another Airbnb account, go under as the co-host for his, and then clean it. Every time you clean it, you just keep leaving her 5-star reviews, and then you can start just doing it all around the neighborhood.
Huh. Wow. You can clean other houses too for money.
Yeah, and their fees are probably like $60, $120.
That's a darn good idea, man. That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
mean,
We're gonna
you know.
do that. She's gonna be the co-host.
Yeah, like and do that until you get your estheticians off the ground. Make some money.
Yeah, or set up her appointments after 3 p.m. You know, because that's when most
Double
check-ins
hustle.
are in, right?
Double.
Yeah.
I'm all about
'Cause
multiple hustles.
I know we need a backup cleaner, right? Or we have a couple. But
Oh, yeah. But we'd hire you over anyone else.
yeah, exactly.
There you go, babe.
First in line.
Yeah, our cleaning fees are actually $20 per room. And right now we have our nanny who lives across the street. She's been coming over between 12 and 4 and cleaning for us. Because sometimes I do like to keep that cleaning fee to myself too. But sometimes with my full-time job, it's like impossible
Yeah.
for me to go clean it and stop everything I'm doing just to clean.
Right.
So that's been convenient. But I understand that she's also nannying at the same time, 2 little boys. So we would love to have like backup people who can come clean, like, you know, spur of the moment almost, but like a day's notice maybe
Oh, okay.
type thing.
So that's what Lupita was worried about. She was like, 'cause I said, well, remember that my friend Gwen from work, and I told you that she lives like right by the Walmart by the stadiums,
Okay.
and she has that extra bedroom. I still need to go over there and help her set it up and all that stuff. And I was telling Lupita, well, if we start running her Airbnb for her, you can clean that one too. It's right down the road. I mean, just literally from where we're at. But she was worried about what if we get a check-in, check-out on the same day, at the same time, if she'd have enough time to do one and then go across and do the other one,
Just adjust the check-in and check-out times. What's your check-in and check-out?
Check-in is 12, and check-out is 12, check-in is 3. So, yeah.
I mean, just get with her and just kind of balance it out.
Uh-huh.
Like, see what hers check-in and check-out
So then we
is.
change it to 4.
Because ours is 4. We do a 4-hour window.
Because then that would be our little doggies go over here sniffing on me. So if I changed it to 4, yeah, that would give a good little 4-hour stretch.
Cushion.
She could do 2 in 4 hours pretty easy.
And it's not likely you guys will have a checkout the same day.
Right,
I mean, it
right.
could happen, but I mean, best thing to learn, kind of learn from it,
Yeah.
if it does happen.
And like our friend, she would just be renting out one bedroom, So that would be pretty easy to just do one bedroom, right? Unless she wants her
Simple.
to clean the whole house. I don't think that's. I don't know if that's part of the deal, or what is. I don't know. I guess it depends on the cleaner and how much you're gonna pay him, right?
It just depends on what the guests are using. They like to keep the bathroom upstairs clean, so we make that a part of what needs to be cleaned because we want that bathroom cleaned each time. Our kitchen downstairs, they have access to our kitchen, but they don't usually use it, so I just clean it on my own. So I don't have her clean that. There's an upstairs living room as well at our house, and so we do have her make sure it's straightened. Nothing really gets tore up. You'll notice during Airbnb, it's rare that you have someone who just totally made a mess. It's really rare. Usually people are there. They're really, courteous in knowing this is someone else's house. This is not a hotel that I could just leave a mess and a maid will come. And it's a big corporation. It's not that important. You could leave a mess.
Yeah.
Airbnb people are so courteous.
But
we did have a chick who, had nail polish on the floor, makeup on the door. I'm like, whoa, what were you doing in here? Bleached out my bathroom rug. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we blocked the date so she couldn't book again.
She can't book anymore.
Seriously. Yeah, but our upstairs, the entire cleaning fee is $60, so it's pretty good if you want to do the old upstairs. That's if we don't have a weekend checkout.
Cool. Yeah. I'll put her on your Rolodex so y'all can
Rolodex.
Yeah.
But, so how's the Airbnb been going for you too?
Oh man, it's great. It's been booked almost every single day since we started, man. And that's we talked about last week a little bit, right? And I said that we had Wednesday, we said, okay, we'll put it up online, boom, boom, boom. We still had a few things to do, empty out the fridge, empty out the cupboards. And as soon as we put it on there, man, we got bookings right away. We're like, oh crap, this weekend's already booked. We got to get over there.
So exciting.
It was cool. But I was there till 1 a.m. doing the rest of the stuff that I needed to do. And and I had to wake up at 4:30 to go to work. So it was busting my hump. I was tired, exhausted and everything, but it was a good exhausted, I was like, oh, I'm doing something for myself.
Did you hear my voice in the back of your head? All those times I was telling you guys, get this up, get this up, get this, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And y'all buying curtains.
And I'm buying curtains, beautiful curtains. Yeah. And we got it started, and soon that first weekend it booked, and I was like, okay, well the guy's gonna leave Sunday. He was I said we'll go over there Sunday evening, take those sheets off, and we'll wash them. We'll put them back on Monday, and it was Monday rolled around, and still no one booked. So I was like, okay, we have the rest of the day. I was at work, and then all of a sudden at 2 p.m. someone they booked it for the whole week starting that Monday. Oh. And I was like, oh, Lupita, and she's like, yeah, I saw it. It's like I'm going over there right now with the sheets. And I'm like, there's no sheets on the bed.
I'm like, I'm washing the sheets already and the comforters and everything. I'm like, what? What's my guest today?
Yeah. And so we had that. Well, she went to Ross real quick and bought some more, another set because we weren't ready, and it just everything happened so fast. We weren't ready, but what do they say? Ready, fire, aim, whatever. Yeah. And so she bought some comforters real quick. Went through them on the bed. That dude didn't get there till 9 at night though. That's y'all are used to it. A lot of guests don't get there till real late, right? Yeah. It's been our luck so far.
Most of the time we ask, we send a text message, even though we communicate through the Airbnb app. We don't do it as much anymore. We have reasons for that, but we would text them, but we still message them hey, how's it going? Welcome. But what time are you guys going to check in today? Do you have an idea of when you're going to check in? So if we're not ready, we know, they're not going to be here until this time.
Speaking of that, Airbnb added a feature now where if you actually look at the bottom of your check-in, it'll tell you what time they're coming. If you look on I don't know if it's on the app yet, but it is on the computer. If you log into the computer, it'll tell you, hey, they're going to be here between this time and this time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if you look at the computer. I noticed that the other day. I'm like, oh, it tells you what time they're coming. They'll tell you, hey, we're coming between 7 and 9.
Yeah.
We need to check in the computer, too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff the computer has, because it takes a while to integrate everything into an app, so.
Yeah, and I was telling Myka last week. He was like, "Oh, dude, you can't just leave it on Airbnb. You gotta also put it on HomeAway, VRBO, whatever, and you gotta put it on Craigslist." And I'm over here, and so I took his advice. After I had drained from the day before, and I started putting it up on the next one the next night, and I was up till midnight trying to do that stupid HomeAway VRBO thing, and it wasn't accepting the pictures because they weren't the right pixel size, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, you gave me too much to do on the first couple of days, man. Let me just baby steps into this, and then
It's an app called, not an app, but a website called Birme, BIRME. You can just take your photos from Airbnb, put them in a folder, throw them in Birme, and put them to the pixels that it needs to be on VRBO. I was doing that all day today because I decided, man, hey, it's time to maximize my income. We're just going to put all our timeshares on VRBO at a high rate. And if they get booked, they get booked. So it's time to bring it.
Worst case scenario, they just sit there. So,
Exactly.
I mean, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that of course ain't going to happen. But if they just sit there, they just sit there. But yeah, I was doing that today, sitting there just moving, adjusting all those photos.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
So what? You put a ton of new topics on there. What did you want to hit up today?
Oh, man. I think I talked about my gripe with VRBO about, like, if you can't pre-approve people without blocking your dates. Like, you know how Airbnb, I can pre-approve you, but I can leave the dates open so if someone else wants to book. Man, I was so pissed about that, man. It was blocking the dates on all my calendars because what me and Mahogany decided to do was we were like, hey, let's open up all our rooms and just let people choose, hey, if they want a private room or if they want the whole upstairs. So we did that, and we've noticed everyone keeps wanting the whole upstairs. So they'll even be bringing, like, I guess people just want that more privacy because sometimes it'll be like 2 to 3 people coming and they have like 6 spots to sleep, but they just want that whole space to themselves.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. And I noticed it's just a pain for them to, you know what I mean? What was I saying? Lost my train of thought.
VRBO, and they're blocking out the dates.
VRBO, they block off the dates, and when you block off the dates on my whole upstairs, it blocks off the dates to all my other listings because it blocks off the single rooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So I tell people, if you're going to book, let me know, and I will give you the pre-approval to book. But I'm not about to hold up dates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what everyone always says, man. The VRBO's technology sucks.
It does.
It does, man.
And the app is still saying that I booked it like $80 for every single day. I don't know. It's
Really?
The app is saying that, but I think on the computer it's correct. It's synced with Beyond Pricing.
Speaking of pricing tools, I talked to our last week's guest, Charles Hawkins, again, and he told me he was trying out Wheelhouse. I've never used it. I've heard of it, but I've never used it.
What is Wheelhouse?
It's a pricing tool just like Beyond Pricing, but I don't know how they gauge their data. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I might look into that in the future as well.
Now, what the letters you wrote after your gripe about VRBO is GTFOHWTBS.
Can I say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't say that.
Never
Yeah.
mind, I can't.
No,
You
edit
can say it,
yourself.
but
Edit
edit
yourself. Edit yourself.
It's not so fun when you edit yourself. Go ahead.
Get the freak out of here with that BS.
See? Yeah, it doesn't have the same effect, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And Wheelhouse, a lady asked if she could drop her rental. What?
Yeah, like I was like, what? Like I guess she was renting a car and coming to like the timeshare.
Uh-huh.
She was like, "Can I just drop my rental car off at your place?" I'm like, "How are they gonna pick it up? What do you?" I didn't get it. Like she was just like, I was like, "Well, what you can do is if you're going through Enterprise, you can call Enterprise and see if they have a nearby lot or something."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I just thought I could drop it off there," but then I looked at her profile and she was from another country. She was from China, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how car rentals operate over there. You just kind of drop it off wherever you want.
I guess so.
So I was like, what? Yeah.
So we got some South Koreans coming in.
Really?
Yeah.
I have
South
a bunch
Koreans.
of them. A bunch of them at my Solvang condo. They come in left and right. I only have South
Where's that?
Koreans. Solvang, California.
Oh, okay.
It's only people from South Korea, China. They love Solvang.
Solvang.
Yeah.
Where is that exactly?
It's Southern California.
Solvang.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's some really nice condos, though, because everyone loves them that goes there.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of people from South Korea. Because the reason I have to go in there because you know that I have to translate everything because they'll put it in their language and I have to translate it. One interesting thing about like people from other countries visiting you, you have to accept their cancellation policies. Yeah, if they're coming from another country, you have to accept like Korea. Okay, this is how their cancellation policy works. It's kind of some BS. They can cancel their trip within 30 days and get a full refund.
Huh.
Like, they can cancel the day of check-in and get a full refund.
Oh, the day of check-in.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
And
that's their policy.
That's Korea's policy?
Yeah,
Or South
you have to-
Korea's policy?
Yeah, but they give you the option, like, hey, if you decline this reservation, we won't hold it against you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
But
Now I do.
it pops up and tells you. It's not like if they're Korean, it's from if they're coming from that country.
Oh, okay. This one didn't. I didn't see it say that.
Yeah. Are they coming from there?
I think so. They're here to study, like going to flight school here in Arlington.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just check it out on the. Yeah.
It would let you know. You would get
Yeah.
a pop-up that says, you have to accept these terms.
Well, I don't
before
know
you
though,
can reject it.
because I don't do too much accepting on the app.
When I saw it, it was on the computer.
Yeah, me too.
Huh. I'll check it out again. Make sure, and I'll kick them out. Oh lordy, young people are way dumber than guests. Way dumber guests than middle-aged crowds.
Yeah, man, they are.
Oh, that's a way to lose some viewers.
Oh, my bad.
Way to
My
lose some
bad.
listeners.
My bad. No, not listeners. It's just people that book. Like they don't. I think millennials don't read. Literally.
You are a millennial.
I know. I'm saying millennials in general don't read. Like this dude booked our place, left a halfway. He left a 4-star review, but he left this long paragraph. Like the guest didn't communicate with me that it was a resort. I sent you a final confirmation saying check in at the resort front desk and you will pick up the keys. He said I didn't communicate that it was a security deposit. It's clearly on the listing. There's a $100 refundable security deposit. Like, and I was just looking at his review and I just replied to it. I was like, oh, thank you again for booking with us. We hope to see you again soon.
The high road.
Yeah, I didn't say nothing. I was like, this dude just doesn't read. But if he ever tries to book again, decline. No, I'm joking. I'm
You
joking.
had an older guest. She was an idiot.
Oh, yeah, tell her about that one.
A lady had booked to stay at one of our timeshares, and what?
Not an idiot, just a liar. Go ahead.
Okay, she had booked, and she got to the resort, I guess, and she told us there was no rooms available, and she's like, "This is a disgrace. There's no rooms available. I am let down by this." And we're like, "Whoa!" We text her, "Hey, call us. What's going on?" And then we called her, like, "Hey, what's going on?" She didn't answer the phone, of course. The next day, we messaged her earlier that morning, "Hey, did you get it okay?" We never heard from her. And then I think a couple of days later, Myka messaged her the goodbye text, pretty much saying bye. And she, like, pretty much replied she didn't get into the room. She wasn't able to book. There was nothing available. She had to go somewhere else or whatever, which we tried to work it out. We're like, okay, let's call the resort. And had a 3-way conference call with her, the resort, and us. And she admitted on the phone that she did stay there.
Yeah, the resort was like, yeah, she just checked out at 11 o'clock this morning.
So I'm like, why is she lying? Like saying she wanted a refund.
She wanted a refund.
Yep, that's what she said.
I'm like, for what?
And Airbnb caught it too because she wrote in the app, "Can I get a refund?" Man, I left her like a 2-star. I think we left her like a 2-star review. She can't book with us.
That was like our first low
yeah,
review. Like
that was our first low review. Like
The first time we left
late,
Trying to scam y'all.
yeah, man.
Wow,
Like
that's bad.
people don't know we can find out if you were there. Now I don't get that.
You go to the resort and that's it. You can find it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It was crazy.
Okay, y'all heard about the Today Show doing that hidden? Well, not the Today Show, but they talked about it, about some guy who's been written out on Airbnb for like over 2 years now. Had a
Florida.
Yeah, in Florida, had the camera above the bed, the hidden camera above the bed.
I ain't gonna lie. The first time I told my coworker I was gonna do Airbnb, that was his biggest gripe on it. He was like, "I would never stay in an Airbnb." He goes, "People can have cameras in their house. You don't know." And I was like, "Come on, Henry, that ain't gonna happen." Then this story pops up. I know he's sitting there like, told you. I was like, man, that's
But they
crazy.
can have them at hotels too. That's why I
Yeah.
appreciated one news story I read on this Airbnb hidden cameras thing. Is they put on there hidden cameras in Airbnbs and hotels, because I don't want them coming after Airbnb, like Airbnb's the reason this is happening. Like any public place you're gonna like stay in can be capable of having hidden cameras. Like,
Oh yeah.
don't just be like, oh, Airbnb. Everyone's hitting me up, like friends and stuff, in my inbox. Did you see this? Did you see this? Like, okay, that could happen anywhere.
What was that? Football sportscaster lady, the one that Aaron Andrews. Remember, was it Aaron Andrews? Like a few years back, that someone did that at the hotel she was staying at. I guess one of the guys, the maintenance guys that worked there, set up a camera through where the keyhole was, where the peephole, whatever that hole, the hole you look through.
Yeah.
And he set some kind of camera up through that thing, and he filmed her, and she was over there ironing naked and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it was a big deal. It was a few years back. So I mean, it happens in hotel rooms too, hotels, motels, Holiday Inns.
But if you do decide to stay in Airbnb and you are worried about the whole camera thing, if you get a radio, you just go to, Big Lots, some sporting store, anything like that, and get a radio, and you can kind of turn it on and censor it around the room, maybe everywhere, like kind of take across the room. And if there's a camera, a frequency will make like a screeching sound, and you can check that out.
Really?
So if you're scared, there's ways around it.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Cameras get off frequencies?
Yeah, because it has to be connected to the internet.
Hey.
I mean, if you're streaming. Those little ones, yeah. Let's say you have a big recorder, maybe not. But those small ones, they have wave frequencies.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because it's connected to Wi-Fi. Yeah, because I guess you're streaming it to a hard drive or somewhere, and then you have to, okay. Yeah, that
Someone
makes sense.
could leave a little radio in the front room for the guests. Hey, if you suspect cameras, here's a radio. Go check it out for yourself.
Yeah.
Dang.
It feels safe, yeah. And so, no, but they did that. The Today Show did it. Then, like every other show, copied. It was like big news. I mean, this because of Airbnb's name attached to it. And all these shows, one of these shows did like how many things you can hide hidden cameras in, and they were showing like a bottle of water. There was like a hidden camera rigged in that. And there was like a pin someone left on the thing, and there was like a hidden camera. I mean, you could put these little bitty cameras everywhere, dude. It was nuts.
My question is this: do you think the hotel industry's money is behind some of this stuff that's coming out on Airbnb?
It could be, but I mean, I just go by the law of numbers, right? There's like hundreds of thousands or millions of Airbnbs being booked every year, right? I mean, it's bound to happen. You know?
Yeah, of course.
It's bound to happen. We've probably been filmed without knowing so many times in our lives,
Exactly.
So hope we performed all right.
Right.
So yeah. So you've been super busy, huh?
Dude, yeah, super busy. I added we have a lot of freaking listings now. Like I added like 30 of them while Mahogany was gone.
You have 160 units, don't you? Or some kind of...
No, it's 205 now.
205 units?
Yeah.
How do you do it, man?
Right now, it's just like, I was just trying to get them all added. And then right now, after I finish adding them all to Airbnb, I think it's going to be like a total of 400 something. I'm going to add them all to VRBO. And then we're going to...
Jeez.
Yeah, just let them sit. Hopefully that can be our income. We can say deuces to the corporate. Nah, but I don't know. But we're working real hard. We went to a pretty cool meetup last night. Well, I did. It was the DFW Airbnb meetup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the host wasn't there. The guy, I think he's an Airbnb property manager. He ends up not being there, but it was three other guys there, and we sat down and talked, and they're trying to get their Airbnbs off the ground. So, yeah, shout out to Grant, Josh, and my other man. I forgot your name. My bad, bro.
Cool.
Yeah,
so we got 3 new listeners now, right?
Yeah, definitely. Live, let thrive.
Shoot, yeah. That's cool, man. I'm setting up the Hearst house.
Yeah,
we call it Art House Hearst, and a few things. There's several things. That's kind of like taking over our life right now. It's the first. It's our first one. Everybody remembers their first.
Yeah.
And so, but like I had put the poster boards everywhere on the walls, like I said, and people could do art, and hardly anybody's done anything. One lady girl drew like a little frog and wrote ribbit. That was pretty much it. And and so, anyways, I was like, well, it's the art house. There's got to be art in the art house, And I told my buddy Eli, I reached out to several artist friends, And I thought, like you were saying, you know, they could put art on commission there. Because at first I was like, I need to buy art. And I was like, you know what? You know, let's do this on the cheap. Let's let artists put their stuff in there for free, you know. If they sell it, they keep all the money. Cool. You know, put it on consignment for free. And no fees, no percentage, nothing. And so Eli, my buddy, he's an artist. He went in there and said, yeah, I'll do that, man. I got tons of art. So he went over there, filled up the walls with art. And this other dude, because I put an ad on Craigslist, you know, under the arts, you know, whatever art section, and I said, yeah, Art House Hearst is looking for people to put art on consignment. It's an Airbnb.
That's
you know,
smart.
I explained it. Yeah, it's an Airbnb. Looking for artists, you know, no fees, whatever. Keep what you make. And so one lady hit me up and she said, but she's got to finish some of her art first and this and that. And she wasn't ready. But this other dude hit me up and he had some art that he wanted to bring over. And so he did like cars and airplanes and stuff like that. Pretty cool paintings. And he went and put them up today. So I was like, we got art all over the place in the house for free.
Nice. And so, do you have prices on them?
He put some prices on the guy that did the airplanes and the cars. Eli didn't price anything. He left his business cards there, and he said just have them send me a message, and I'll.
My question is, like, do you have any type of written contracts with them just in case something comes up damaged or missing, or are you just gonna like have to help out? Like, you know, if something comes up missing or damaged, is that something you guys are just reimbursed for them for? Or?
That's a good question. That's a real good question.
Like, you know, hang by own liability, like something happens.
Back when I was doing art a lot and hanging it in places, I never had to sign anything like that. I don't remember having doing that. Just like I just signed what my piece was and, you know, how much I'm charging, just something like that. I never signed anything that's like an insurance kind of type deal. And
but like, do they give you like? Do you have like a price of like all their art and how much it costs?
Of my buddy Eli, no, he didn't price his, like I said. But the other guy, he put the prices on like below his artwork.
Tell you what,
Why you see that?
Yeah, my mom, she sells art. I'll have her hang some of her pieces up there too.
Oh, big time! Yeah,
and we could. I'll give you the prices of what she'll sell them for.
Yeah, if you leave like a little paper too, that'd be easier, you know, instead of putting them all up. Yeah, that's big. That'll work. And so I'm looking. Yeah, we're looking for artists, Art House Hearst. So be a revolving door. You know, if something sits there for a while, you know, we'll switch it out with something else. You know, I just want it to be this living, breathing piece of art. You know, that's what's cool. My two passions now. You know. Real estate and art, so get to do them both. Yeah,
so definitely hit us up 469-300-9100 if you want to leave some art, and hit us up through Facebook and Live Let Thrive, all that good stuff. Have your art at the Art House,
the Art House Hearst. And if anything gets messed up, hit up Airbnb to pay you back.
That's funny.
One lady did ask that. She's like, I have this one big piece. It's a cowboy, and I'm still working on the face for it. So what happens if someone messes it up or something like that? And I was like, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm just seeing if people want to hang art. You know, I don't know. It's not a big problem, and people don't really go vandalizing art pieces. I guess
it's one of those things. If you do have an incident, then maybe you know how to go from there.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can kind of like learn on the fly.
I'm just one of those paranoid people. I'm like, hold up. So if something happens, who's responsible again? Because I'm not trying to pay for your art. But like,
yeah, right. I should print out some kind of disclaimer, right? If something gets damaged,
it wouldn't hurt nothing.
I'll guide you through the Airbnb process of getting it. You know, and Airbnb, they said, you know, I pulled up that $1 million policy, and it says things inside your house are covered, right?
Yeah.
Just they need pictures before, you know, that happened and the after pictures. And
I heard that it's a hell to go through, so I think you may want to take pictures of all the art and have it on your wall. Take pictures of it and have it on your listing too.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Protect yourself.
Oh, have you taken new pictures yet of all the new art?
Yeah, I took some pics. I'll show you on the bit.
Cool.
Oh, also, high def. We got a photographer. She did the upstairs of our house. She did a hell of a job, man. We updated all our photos. And I noticed we've been getting a lot more hits on the upstairs. Like, and everything's open. People just choose the upstairs. I guess those high definition photos, man.
Yeah.
Bring it out. Speaking of... Oh, go ahead.
So you rent rooms downstairs too?
No, just the upstairs.
Okay.
But you can have the whole upstairs or private room, whichever one.
Oh,
you
okay,
want.
cool. What were you gonna say?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say shout out to Leah Arnold at Prickly Pear Photography here in Arlington, Texas. She takes some awesome pictures. She did our pictures for our listing.
How much did she charge, by the way?
How much did she charge? I don't remember.
Charged us $60, right?
$60?
No, maybe I think it was 50 for all the pictures.
$50?
50 for everything.
That's cheap.
Yeah, high def too.
Prickly Pear Photography.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
Is it 4K? I don't know.
Yeah,
4K.
It's a 4K camera.
That's a new thing now.
Oh, and, but yeah, we're another good thing about the holidays. So we're renting our house out for 10 hours.
10 hours?
On
10 hours
Thanksgiving.
for Thanksgiving. The lady's like, hey, I just need your house for 10 hours. I'll pay you for a full day. I'm like, for a full night. I'm like, all right, whatever. So she rented it out for 10 hours. She said, hey, because we're probably going to be at our family's house anyway. We'll just be gone, then come back, kick it,
Oh,
on her dime.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've been hearing people.
Your whole house?
Well, yeah,
just
technically the whole house.
Okay.
Not our bedroom though.
Yeah, not a bedroom or anything.
And I don't think our living room, but they'll probably be there by default.
Yeah, because they're cooking. But the thing about it is, I forgot this. It's a place that you can go to rent out your house for weddings, things like that. Because I was listening to a guy on Bigger Pockets. He was like, isn't it easier to just rent out your house by hour? Because if you rent out your house by hour, you're essentially making the same money you would rent it out by night. And then you have less people in your house. I was like, dang, that's
I would say be ready for those motel experiences.
The vibrating beds.
That's true. But hey, I mean,
I just need your place for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
about
but
45 minutes.
We just have some recording to do, if you know what I mean.
If you're charging them $50 an hour, that ain't bad. They get a 4-hour session, get them out, get another one in.
Just wash the sheets.
Yeah. You can get 3 sessions in a day, making some big money. That's
true.
75 times.
I would be okay with that. I just don't want to live there.
Let's just do the math on that. 3 4-hour sessions, that's what, 12 hours? Times 75? That's 75 times 12. That's almost 2 weeks of Airbnb.
Damn.
Wow.
And the guy, he does it, but he said he was real big in LA though. He said he does it in LA, so I'm like, oh.
Does he live there?
Yeah, that's where
He lives like in the home where he's renting it out for hours.
Yeah, he lives there. He just lets them have it for a few hours, books it.
Oh, he leaves.
Oh, that's cool.
Or I mean, I'm pretty sure he probably stay in his main bedroom. It's a nice little chunk of change.
Well, see, we had a guest that came in last night, and was it last night or the night before? Okay, she came in the night before, like at 10 p.m., right? Mm-hmm. She got to the house about 10 p.m. or 11, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then they were out at 10 a.m. They were gone. They just needed they flew in. They just needed a meet up. She met up with her dad for dinner. And they just needed a place to sleep. Uh-huh. And they took off early in the morning, like 9 or 10 in the morning. I was like,
did it look touched? Did it look like... we had when people stay one time, and it was like... I'm like, whoa, was it the condo when we were doing it per day? I'm like, was anyone even here? Like, nothing looks moved.
No, there. Two of the beds were moved. Yeah, they used the beds, and the towels. They used quite a bit of towels. Lupita was like, they used all these towels in one night. I guess she wanted to take a shower, or they both took a shower, and it was like 5 towels, 5 or 6.
Had to wipe up.
I guess.
Are you sure it was her dad she was with?
No, I don't know. And then
Neither. But I was counting the towels and I'm like, 2 people, 6 towels. They put it in the floor.
they put them on the floor right there,
Like,
and yeah, I don't know, but I guess.
I don't want to know.
Oh my gosh, let's talk about the things that have been left behind. It looks like you guys always get some nice things left behind.
We're getting hooked up. that first guest, they left behind a bottle of Jack Daniel's honey whiskey. Yeah, and then I sent y'all the text, and you're like, "Oh, that's my tip."
Yeah.
Of course, it's right here, but she's too hungover to touch it.
Yeah,
so.
I think I'm good on alcohol for a while.
Las Vegas, she needs to dry out. And so they left that, and they replenished the snacks. I don't know. I guess they just felt like what snacks
do you guys leave?
We bought for them. I didn't know what to grab. I just grabbed some of the, what are they called? Those bars. Those granola bars. Granola bars. Yeah, left some granola bars there, and I bought a thing of peanuts, and I left them a 6-pack of some good beers, some
Nice.
flat tire beers, and
We appreciate you, Steve. Want us to make sure everyone has a good time.
Yeah, exactly. Because I had mentioned, I was chatting with them, I was like, hey, y'all are gonna be my first guest, blah blah blah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And I was telling them plot spots, and like I was like, there's a place right down the road. They do it's a Mexican taqueria, and they have free beer on the weekends. And I told them, they're like, free beer, wow. I was like, oh, they like beer.
They like beer.
So I left that little 6-pack in there.
That's awesome.
And so I guess to reciprocate, they left the rest of that bottle of Jack Daniel, which was almost
it was almost full.
It was almost
like,
full,
in the
yeah.
picture.
And then they replenished the snacks, and I was wondering, wow, they didn't really put a dent in that whiskey, And I looked in the trash can. They I guess they killed a whole bottle of Bacardi. So
it was a clear night.
Yeah. So anyways, they left. That was the first guest. The next ones, I don't think they left anything. The third guest, I mean, it's so we've had so many guests.
The second guest was the guys who came to the championship of Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, those are the third guests.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not remembering.
I know they're all blending in together
they
now.
are. The second
That
guest,
happens.
they came. That was the one that booked right away, like that Monday.
Oh.
Like I need it for the whole week,
That's true.
and so it was a dude from San Diego, and he stayed all week. And I was like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna leave us. And it's like they didn't cook the whole time they were there. And we thought that they were gonna cook, and they're Indian dudes. So I was like, okay, well, it's gonna smell like curry a little bit when I get there. but they didn't. Shout out to my Indian friends. I have a lot of Indian friends, and I joke around with them. They're like, oh no, they're probably not gonna cook at all. Like they didn't cook, and they didn't leave anything in the fridge. I don't think there was anything left behind, and I think they were just there for just business, and they probably just.
Is there like certain things you guys wouldn't touch? Like if someone left something, is it something you guys think, oh, I don't want to use that since it's been opened?
Like food?
Yeah, any type of food you wouldn't eat that was left behind, or anything left behind that you wouldn't want.
I haven't come across something yet. I mean, they've left some ranch dressing. These other guests, ranch is a good one, and some mustard and cereal, and we brought that. And they left a thing of milk that hadn't expired yet.
I think I wouldn't. I don't know.
You wouldn't touch the milk?
I don't think I'd take any drinks that were open. Yeah, I think that's what it was, because we had it going on at the condo, and there was like some things I just wouldn't touch. Like I think it was anything open, like sodas that was open, even if it was like a 2-liter or something.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm just like paranoid. People will like drip stuff in my stuff, and I won't know what's in there. I told you I'm the paranoid one. When it comes to stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah, in the beginning for the milk, I told Steven like, the milk, really? Like, it's not expired yet, so take it home. Okay.
Yeah, we brought it home.
So far, your
Sunny
best.
D.
The best thing has been the Jack Daniels.
The Jack Daniels, but those guys that left all that stuff in the fridge, they also left like about 6 or 7 Dos Equis beers. Yeah, we brought those, of course.
Nice.
And so, so far that's the only 2 guests that. But we've had 4 or 5 guests already. I mean, real quick. I mean, they're booking like crazy. It's pretty crazy.
It's only going to go up from here.
So November.
Superhost status coming soon, or
it should be, I guess, January 1st is when they do
We
the.
hope so.
Yeah, and so everybody's been leaving 5-star reviews. A couple guests left. Like I said, the tub was having like some standing water, and so I called my buddy. That's he's working. He's our ex next door neighbor, which he left first, and then we left, and then he's working with his brother as a plumber. And I was like, hey, how much would it cost to go out there and check on that tub? And he's like, oh, we're around the neighborhood today. Because I was at work when I was doing this. And this is what's so cool. I was at work, and I was like, well, he's like, do you have a way to get in the house? I was like, oh, we have the Schlag lock, the keypad. He's like, I'll give you the code. And, oh, okay, cool. And so I gave him the code. He said, yeah, we're by your house right now. And he gave him the code. They entered. They fixed it. He charged me cheaper because he's like, oh, usually my brother charges like $125 to come out and do something, but we'll charge you $65. I was like, oh, cool. Okay, cool. How do I pay? He's like, oh, just send it to this. They use the Square app or whatever. Yep. And he goes, just send it to this, and I'll text you a receipt.
That's so simple.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, boom, boom, boom. Send him the money, and they fixed it. They fixed the tub. It drains perfect now. And
hey,
like,
we need that.
Yeah, we need that.
because I haven't showered up there in our house, because I just don't. But I have a feeling it is starting to have sitting water, because I feel like all of the hair that comes from all these different guests who stay, it like
hair,
clogs
oil,
it,
all kinds of stuff,
all that, and I'm just like, I feel like if I went to a place and there's standing water at my ankles, I'd be like disgusted.
Right.
You must be safe with him because he was a police officer.
Yeah.
He's really nice.
He's a great dude.
Really?
And I told him, and that was the code that the people that left that day, they still had that same code, and so I let them just use that same one.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever Lupita goes over there, she gets rid of the old code and then puts the new code in for the next guest. So yeah, it's running pretty smooth right now. Pretty smooth.
Yeah, we need that guy's number. Will he hit us?
The plumber?
Yeah, will he do us 65?
I could ask.
The Live Let Thrive
Yeah,
discount.
let him know if he can do that. We'll have a permanent position for him at all our properties, because we're going to end up having many properties around eventually.
Nice. So
right now we have a couple, but we need a team that we know who's solid.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let him know.
So what do y'all got in the works? I know y'all keep being secretive about something.
No, we got a duplex. We're looking at a duplex.
Yeah, our next thing, we're hoping to get a duplex by the end of the year.
Oh, okay. Do y'all see any prospects?
Not so much in Arlington. It's like, some things have what we need, but not the right location, or sometimes it has everything we need, but it's really high due to the location. So right now we're still in the searching process. We don't have anything in particular that we found. But our real estate agent, shout out to Pam, here in Arlington, she's looking around for us right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm about to go. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, she's the bulldog, right? She goes.
Oh yeah, Pam Cottrell at Keller Williams right now.
She handles.
She knows what she's doing.
Cool. And what were you gonna say, Myka?
No, I was saying. What was I about to say? Yeah, I've been looking in Hearst actually for a duplex.
Oh, they have duplex in her. Oh, yeah, they do. They do. Right close to where we live. There's some nice ones.
I'm trying to look at that area. So.
Precinct line, right?
Mm-hmm. Where?
Precinct line.
Precinct line near from the.
Oh yeah, precinct line.
Park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
wherever.
There's some nice ones up there. I saw a few pop up too.
Yeah, so if we can get a few out there, we can.
Now with that, well, now you know that Hearst can do good at Airbnb. I guess that motivates you, right? Or would you try to rent them long term?
I do corporate.
Oh, nice.
I'm going straight corporate.
Bell Helicopter's right up the way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a read of. See, I got my prices kind of low right now because you even advised me, start off low, get the big reviews, and then and jack them up, raise them according to what the market needs are, and politically correct. And so we're getting a lot of people in, and that's the thing. If I'm starting to think, is it priced at a low point where anybody's just jumping in and grabbing it instead of you price it a little higher, then you'll know, okay, a lot of business people are coming through.
You know what made me rethink pricing was a couple weeks ago when we were at the real estate meeting in Ken. Your friend Ken, he was actually talking, and what he said was, he was like, I always keep my, he said, I make sure my apartment units, I think, did he say 90% occupancy? And he said, anything above that, I know my prices are too low.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so like what I would do is, because we were talking about pricing last night because these new guys were wanting at Airbnb. And I was like, if you have a whole place, the first thing you need to do is just run the numbers on it. How much what's the minimum amount you need to charge per night to break even? And then I was like, if you have a whole place, the minimum you should charge is $75 a night, no matter what, because it's a whole place.
Right.
And so go up from there, you know what I mean? Because we were talking, because he wanted to, the guy, he was a pretty smart dude, he wanted to break down the numbers. And we all just kind of pulled out paper and pulled out a calculator, and we just broke down the numbers at Airbnb, and we kind of proved how it was way more profitable than long term if you do a traditional long term.
Yeah.
Corporate, it's kind of the same money,
Yeah, and just starting January, because I'm gonna start raising them some. I mean, starting for January, start raising the prices.
What are your prices right now?
Of that, on the Beyond pricing, I put the lowest point at 40, and I put the mid range at 80, and so they've been pricing it during the week. They price them around 60 to. 60.
Hold on, your base is 40 or your minimum's 40?
The minimum's 40, and then the base is 80. So, because I noticed like when the next week was coming around, the Beyond pricing, they would just put it at the lowest I had it at, like at 60, right? Mm-hmm. So they were all 60 across the board, and I was like, they're people aren't going to grab them. And so I said, I guess I gave Beyond Pricing more freedom by dropping the low point down to 40. And then after I did that, they were able to put it in the 50s on some nights. You know, they haven't gone all the way down to 40 unless it's like the next day or that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've still kept them around 50, 60, 70 during the week. And then, of course, the weekends come and they put them like at 100 and something for the weekends.
I'm going to do that with my private rooms. Drop them. Because you know how we've been raising the prices on the private rooms for the ones with the reviews? I'm going to drop the base back down to 30 or 35.
The base or the minimum?
I mean, not the base, but the minimum, like you said, and see if that does anything for us. But I think people really just want the whole upstairs. Like, 'cause
the way I saw it is it just gave them more leeway to play with. You know, I kind of handicapped them at that 60 point, and I noticed if I saw like 3 or 4 days in a row at 60, it's like, oh, okay, maybe the computer wants to go lower, but it can't.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay,
but I don't know. It's all an experiment right now. I'm learning, and I did get that warning or warning, whatever. You know how it says the health score. My health score is way up there now. You know,
Yeah.
75, 80%, and then that other score is like occupancy, and it kind of like it was saying, "Whoa, you're too high." I was like, "But that's a good thing, right?" But like you said, you don't want your occupancy to be too high because that means your prices are too low.
Yeah.
So it's the most important part of this whole thing is pricing, I think.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm going to do that with my private rooms. Because like right now, I might do that with the whole upstairs. Well, I don't know. Because I'm in a weird situation. Because if I price the whole upstairs too low, I lose money. Because if I have 2 rooms booked at the same time, it's no point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then I'm giving out you an entire place for a price that I could have 3 people in there spending way more money.
And it stayed that when we had it individually listed as we do now again. It was pretty much always at least 2 people there. At least there's 2 rooms booked at all times.
Yeah. Now
Sometimes
it's like
3, but
yeah. Now it's being held up because everyone wants the whole upstairs. But then we do have longer gaps of people not booking. But that's why we open up the other rooms. But people just keep going to the whole upstairs. And also, I put in the listing, hey, if you want the whole room to yourself, go to this link and you can take the whole upstairs. So I guess people would rather just, okay, I might as well just take the whole place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I changed the names of my rooms.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Changed them to
the
Live,
Stabbing
Let,
Cabin?
Thrive.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Live, Let, Thrive. 3-bedroom suite. Suite A, Suite B, Suite M. Someone booked it as soon as we changed it to that. It was weird.
That's cool, man. That's
I
cool.
changed it to Live, Let, Thrive.
So each room, one room's Live, one room's Let. One
No.
room's,
Live, Let, Thrive, each of them, and then Suite A, Suite B, Suite M, and then Live, Let, Thrive Suite for the whole upstairs. So,
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, changed it to Live, Let, Thrive.
You're finessing the show.
Yeah, then I put in the summary. Yeah, if you want to come stay with the largest podcast host entitled Live, Let, Thrive, come on, enjoy your stay. I changed up the whole summary of it.
Man.
Yeah, you should find a way to
incorporate
Live, Let, Thrive. In it.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I haven't even thought about that, man.
I didn't think about it either, and I'm like, why don't I just put Live, Let, Thrive up there? You know? Because what I did was this weekend, I had some time, and I was just bored, and I just started looking at all the listings around me and what their names were. And it's just the same old thing. They're trying to promote Cowboy Stadium, by the Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah.
Which I put that in there, but I put like, hey, we're normal people. We're not just Cowboy Stadium. You know what I mean? So I put Live, Let, Thrive, and I changed. I was like, hey, we're the hosts of one of the biggest Airbnb podcasts. So
Is that true, though?
Was what?
We're one of. So it doesn't mean we're the top ones. We're one of.
Jeez, just blow our business like that.
No, sorry.
Is that true? Dang, just throw us under the bus.
Damn.
And
Over here
it's
pulling
a
the
thing
Kelly.
that it's not only Cowboys Stadium. Because it's not only the Cowboys, it's the Rangers, the convention center, the malls, different places around here that they're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really
And
good
I don't
spots.
like promoting the Cowboys because how I was telling Myka he wanted to do a Cowboys theme in the house. I'm like, what if we get fans that don't like that really to the point where they hate the Cowboys to the point where they would never stay in anything titled Cowboys. And I know a lot of people who are really adamant about their sports, and they're like, no, I would never stay in a Cowboys. They take it personal.
Well,
Haters.
I agree, but the only reason I say that is because majority of the fans at the home stadium are going to be Cowboy fans. And they don't all live down in this area. They're going to be, and we notice most of the Cowboy fans come from San Antonio, very strangely.
Yeah, a lot of them. I got some San Antonio Cowboys fans coming up too.
2 or 3 season ticket holders came up from down there. I don't know, they have a huge season ticket holder base down there.
Oh wow, I have some San Angelo people coming in too.
Really?
Yeah,
For a Cowboys game?
for a Cowboys game. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
for one night.
One night.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing that again, but I don't know, man.
Do what? One night?
Yeah, I think it
Well,
might.
midweek it's good.
Huh?
It's midweek is good, right?
Yeah, it's for the Thanksgiving
For the
game.
for the weekdays it's good
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
because you can do that, right? That's what I
Yeah, I
do. You
could.
put it for one night during the week
Mhm.
and then 2 nights on the weekends.
Think we should go back to doing that? I mean, Clarice's full time now. We could do it. The only reason we weren't doing it is because we were doing the cleaning. But if she's doing the cleaning now, she'd go over there, boom, boom, clean it up, be out.
Because I've already got 4 one-night bookings out
Really?
of it. Yeah,
I guess we could. I'll play with it tonight
yeah.
and see if we can go back to the one night stays.
So back to what you were saying about, everybody, like I see those Airbnb listings
Mhm.
and you see those their first pick is of Cowboy Stadium. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's kind of tacky. You're not even trying to sell your house. You're not even trying to promote or brand your house. You're all about, hey, we're right here close to the stadium. That's a lot of people. But like from what I've realized, like, okay, 2 people that come to town is for the games, but most of them aren't coming for the games. So why not promote your house first, but then put that in the back burner? Oh, by the way, we're close to all these spots, And so, just like what I hate when I look up on Craigslist back in the day for like tickets to Cowboys game or tickets to whatever, and they put a picture of Cowboys Stadium and then the ticket. I just like nah, I don't know. It just seems tacky,
Yeah.
To me, it just. and
Now,
so-
I do, further down in my pictures, I have a picture of the Cowboy Stadium, Globe Life Park, Hurricane Harbor, further down, but I don't put it as
same
my
thing. The very
main-
last ones.
Yeah.
I have it
Like,
there.
some people put that as their main photo. We're like, okay,
I should put a Stockyards photo too in the very bottom, so that people come for the Stockyards.
I think I have it on one of my listings. No, you know what? I need to put it on the
Billy
rest of them.
Bob's.
I have it on my condo, but I don't have it on the rest of them. Good idea. Yeah, the Stockyards.
Yeah.
The Trada Village in Grand Prairie.
Verizon Arena.
No, Trada.
Oh, Trader
Oh, Lone Star Park.
No, she's talking about Trailer Village.
Oh, Trader's Village.
This one.
Yeah.
Trader's-
Trader. Someone just asked about Lone Star Park.
Yeah,
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
almost got
someone
one.
just asked about Lone Star Park. Lady was like, "How far are you from Lone Star Park?" And I was like, "Oh, see,
It
and
might
that's
be the
good.
same lady. They asked me the same thing.
Really? Yeah, and so I was like, yada yada, and then yeah, I'm gonna add that one too. I didn't see, and it's good that guests ask those things. You can add that.
Oh, and close to that park is the Verizon Theater.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
And
got
they
that.
have big events there for
Mhm.
radio stations and other things.
Yeah, Beyonce plays there, so Beyonce's big. Yeah,
Who's that? Beyond? Beyond Pricing?
yeah.
She should. Yeah, she should be the face of Beyond Pricing, right?
Who?
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Pricing.
Beyonce.
Oh man, say something scandalous, Mahogany.
Say something.
Oh, she's
scandalous.
got like a fan base now. You
Oh,
realize
yeah.
that?
I have one fan. Shout out to.
Well, one fan's more than what
was
we
my
get.
Number one fan's name?
Is it? What's his name? JC in North
Jason-
Carolina.
yeah.
JC.
Yeah, North
Shout
Carolina.
out to JC, North Carolina, for listening on YouTube and leaving me that lovely review.
They wrote this long
I came just for
review.
you. That's why I even came today. I wanted to sleep because I just got back from Vegas. But for you, JC, I am here. So you better be listening to this.
Dang, he feels special now.
Yeah.
He already listened to that one episode 5 times by the way. I was like, wow. She's carrying the show now.
Yeah.
We're just, sitting in the back seat. She's driving. What's an Airstream?
Yeah.
That was what their favorite part when you asked what an Airstream was.
Yeah, that was his favorite part of the
You
show.
were keeping it real.
Oh, when I asked what an Airstream was?
Yeah.
Is this bad that I forgot? Can you remind me again?
Dang. But
Oh.
yeah, she's got some fans.
I found another little tip to wipe out bad reviews.
Oh, how do we do that?
I was looking at this guy. I was looking at his listings, and what he did was, and I started to like noticing it, and like what pretty much I noticed one of his reviews. He had this guy come on there, and like this lady left him like a 3-star, and I noticed after a 3-star review, he'd have like this other dude like either 1 spot up or 2 spots up. And he'd be like, "Nah, this place is great. Ignore the lady down at the bottom. She doesn't know what she's talking about." So I noticed him like, "Oh wow, that's kind of cool." So I started noticing on each of his reviews, the same dude to do it. I'm like, "Oh, he's paying that dude to do it." Yeah, I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty smart." So pretty much he has his buddy come in and like, "Hey, if I get a bad review, you go in on the listing, say it's a good place, and tell them that the lady doesn't know what she's talking about." I'm like, "That's a good idea. Maybe we can do that with each other."
Yeah. I'll leave you some decent reviews.
Yeah,
Some glowing reviews.
Plus, it also gives you that host thing too. Like if you leave a host a review, it shows like, "Hey, this person's a host," and you left them a 5-star review.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing that. So all the idiots leaving bad reviews.
Yeah.
But luckily, we haven't had any bad reviews at our house.
Not at our house, no. All the bad ones come from the people that don't read at the timeshare.
The timeshares.
Yeah.
But those are making you money, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
And we have less control of those. Like, if something's not right, like, we'll do everything in our power to do what we can.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the times, if there's a problem at the timeshare, it's kind of out of our hands because that's like, the timeshare. Wyndham's in control of what's happening. If something's dirty, which we've never had a complaint about cleanliness, but let's say something's dirty, we don't have control of that. If maybe sometimes people have to wait an hour to check in if they did it last minute because they have to wait for the paperwork to process.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's out of our hands. If there's no Wi-Fi, we already let them know, and they didn't read. That's out of our hands.
Oh, by the way, speaking of the waiting 1 hour, that's why I was quiet a few minutes ago, listeners. I was actually doing a reservation for tonight, so hopefully they don't have to wait an hour. They're checking into Phoenix, so
I always like to let them know it's possible you might be waiting. I don't care. Like
she told me she wasn't gonna be in there for another 2 hours, but you may want to hit her up. But I don't know. But yeah,
My wife came up with the good idea for our Airbnb. Airbnb. Yeah. Was she in the kitchen that we have a bunch of extra cupboards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that really aren't being used, but now she's figuring how she could do the turnovers faster. She said, and we always put cold waters in the fridge. We put waters in the fridge; they turn cold. I don't know what's potato. And so we always put some snacks or whatever. But we always have to run to the store and get some snacks and waters, whatever. But she's like, well, if we had a closet or a cupboard designated for that, we just fill it up with the waters and the snacks in there, and we put like a lock on it. And then so when I go clean the place, I just unlock it, put the stuff out there, and boom, we're done. Put extra napkins in there, paper towels. Whatever, and maybe some bottles of wine. I was thinking, y'all ever been to Aldi's? You ever gone to Aldi's?
Yeah, I have.
They have like that real like $2 or $3 wines there that are pretty all right,
Really?
for cheap wines, And I was thinking of the stocking a bunch of little wines in there too, and then when a guest comes in, we'll have a bottle of wine waiting for him, cold waters and some snacks. Boom, that goes a long way, dude.
Yeah,
that goes a long way.
Oh yeah, we have wines in our rooms, and if you want to get little cute wine holders from Amazon, they're pretty cheap. If you're doing a big bottle of wine, we do just a big bottle because I don't know.
Like a big bottle?
Basic.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the jug.
Maybe that would be good to do the small ones because people don't ever open the big ones.
Yeah, the big ones have never been used, which I kind of appreciate.
Yeah, true.
Oh, so y'all just leave them
less money out
there.
of my
Do y'all
pocket.
tell them to have at it, or
I mean, it's obviously there on your table. Like, if you don't have sense, I guess maybe we should put a wine.
they might think
opener
it's like
there.
decoration or something?
Oh, that would be.
It's
a good
never
idea.
been touched. Even at the condo, we have the same thing.
Well, no, the people did drink it at the condo.
And refilled it with water.
I ain't gonna lie, I think they were underage.
It was like a reverse Jesus move, right? Turn wine into water.
Yeah, I'm like, I think they were underage. But yeah. Oh, also I actually redid the Live Let Thrive business cards. The new business cards are coming soon.
Oh, cool.
But what we've been doing is we've been promoting all our businesses on our desks in our private rooms. So we put the Live Let Thrive cards in there, artist vacations, because we remember Charles Hawkins was talking about that last week. He goes, he promotes other businesses inside of his Airbnb. Also, you can charge people like $25 a month to do that.
Wow. They squeezing every drop out of that Airbnb, man.
Because I went to the barbershop and I seen this. He was telling me he does it. He just charges people $25 a month, and he just has their banner coming across his little screen. And I was thinking maybe we could do that at the house, like have a screen that just repeats businesses when the TV goes to sleep. I was like, oh man, that's a nice little chunk of change.
We can do that
Huh.
also.
Yeah, we got some businesses around us.
Yeah,
Over there in Hearst, Art House Hearst.
Yeah, find some
need to-
people.
Oh, you know what? And the guy that was leaving art there, he was saying, hey, you should go to this. You know, you're into art. You should go to this art thing we're having in Bedford and Hearst. And man, I need to reach out to the art community and kind of integrate into the art community. You know, people coming there for the art.
Yeah, I mean, plus you can make money off of it. Plus, once you get big and you get enough people, they know you have people coming there. You can take a little piece off of what they make. You're like, hey, I charge 10%.
Yeah.
In the future, you know.
That's true. Yeah. Start paying me to put their art on the walls.
Straight up, man.
Multiple streams of income. There you go.
That's it. Get out of that JOB, right?
Straight up.
This is cool.
The best feature, I think I talked about it last week. The best feature on Airbnb is finally here. And I was listening to Vacation Rental Success this morning to why they added the feature, the duplicate listing feature. You can pretty much just go in, click duplicate. It'll duplicate the whole listing for you. All you got to do is, I think, add the address again. It's a few glitches in there. Add the address and just go straight to the calendar. It's already done for you. But I was listening to Vacation Rental Success this morning, and apparently Airbnb and all these bigwigs went to the, I think it's called VRMS, VRMA, Vacation Rental Management Association Summit. And what Airbnb is trying to do, they want these vacation rental property managers to start listing their stuff on Airbnb. So they started making duplicate listing features because Mahogany asked about that. She goes, why would they do that? And then after listening to that podcast, I was like, oh, they want the big wigs to start coming in with the.
I knew there had to be a reason.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why would you do that? Why would someone who just rents their house like we do? I see why we need it for our timeshares because there's multiple. But I was wondering, why would someone like us who are just doing houses need to duplicate the listing at any time? Like, why would we just duplicate it? So that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. Because I told you back, like in South Padre Island, there was a lot of old school management companies running most of those spots down there, charging 30% to do it. And they're just now starting to dip their toe in the Airbnb waters. But I'm like, man, y'all aren't on Airbnb. How could, it's so time consuming. We got to do each listing and blah, blah, blah.
See, what I found out but also the interesting thing about listening to that though was I started figuring out what's the old school way of running a vacation rental. The vacation rental, what they're doing is they just pass it off to the vacation rental management company and they do all the advertising for it. Now that's obviously how the little guys like us got involved. We can just go to Airbnb and post it.
Yeah.
Now, but also this might not be a good thing that these people are coming in because now you have this huge inventory of places coming in. They have huge inventories of it. They got all these vacation rental places and that's competition for you.
I think, if I had a spot in Padre and I was doing really good on the Airbnb, I would be maybe a little nervous, maybe not, whatever. But these places, I think those kind of vacation rental, whatever, that's gonna happen. Those are more on the beach and the mountains, stuff that's vacation-y.
Yeah,
I think like Arlington, like here in Arlington, I think I don't think there's those type.
There's no way to compete with someone's home cozy versus that you're saying.
Right, like I say on the beach, those property management companies thrive like on beaches and in like the mountains or the woods, wherever people want to go vacation,
cabins,
And here, I guess I don't see people coming to vacation here. Maybe I'm starting to see it, but like
it's a short-term rental market, not a vacation rental.
So we're kind of different. But if I had a condo in Padre, I'd be like, oh crap, they're gonna all get on Airbnb now. Yeah, it's gonna be a direct competition. And I did see something because I still look at Padre. I don't know. I still get whispers from Padre, and and I saw this one. It was kind of unique, and it dropped in price. I've been following it a little bit. It dropped down to $129, and 2-bedroom, 2-bath, right? And it's not huge, like 656 square feet. And I was looking at the pictures, and it was weird. I was like, okay, each room has like a mini fridge. and they got a little stovetop in there. Each room got a little microwave in there.
Mm-hmm.
So why would they put that in the bedrooms? And I was reading it further. What it is it's 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and then it's separated in the middle by like a wall, like these 2 double doors, whatever. Like, you know, and they open up so you can use both ends of it, because one's on, you know, one balcony and the other one's on the other balcony. You can use it as a 2-2, or you can close it and then rent out each unit. It's kind of like a condo / duplex kind of thing for like $129. And I was thinking, wow, that's not a bad deal. I'd close it up and rent out each unit for like whatever, $50-$60 a night during slow season, $100 a night during, you know, or $200 during regular season, because they're each self-sufficient. You know, it's got the room, and it's got its own bathroom, and it's like a efficiency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been thinking about actually. I've been looking at a lot of listings. I've been going through and just kind of comparing our listing to a lot of other listings, and I was looking at the ones with high reviews, like the private rooms with high reviews. And I actually wanted to talk to Mahogany about it. I haven't had a chance because I just looked at it. She just got back in town yesterday. I've been noticing people like using not even high end stuff. Like I seen this one listed in Arlington. It is a badass listing. She decked this room out. Like she folds the towels in this little basket. She has this little end thing.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have good reviews because the place ain't clean.
Oh, no.
But if you look at it, and I was like thinking down to Mahogany, I'm like, if me and Mahogany did something like this in one of our rooms, we can get a whole bunch of people to come. But plus, we don't have any problem with cleaning. That's easy, you know. But I was like, dang, she decked this room out. But I think she may have decked it out because I heard it's in a bad neighborhood, too. So it's like...
Yeah, I do. I'm so cheap when it comes to decorating. I like do the basic to where it looks hot, but it only costs about, you know, $65-$70 for decorations. Like,
see, and I think this place is cheap. I think she just... Either she's a professional home interior decorator, or... It looks like it could be pretty cheap. Like she has this, she kind of went with the whole Texas theme. She got these huge king-size Texas colored sheets on her.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice list. I think it's a pretty cheap one if you could, because I know we know how to get stuff for cheap. So you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it was. She just didn't have the reviews. If she had reviews, it would be killing it.
I told you when I was setting up the place that I was driving down the road close to the house, and someone was putting a computer desk out front.
Yeah.
I told you that. Oh, it looks nice. It was brand new. Lupita helped clean it up real good, and I was like, man, perfect addition to the Airbnb on the cheap.
My favorite thing to do is grab stuff off the side of the road. My bar stools in my kitchen came from the side of in a neighborhood. There's just 2 bar stools. I pick them up. I'm like, what? These are too nice. Why are these even out here?
People just want to get rid of stuff left and right. That chair you're sitting on, I'm not saying we picked it up on the side of the road, but these are like real wood chairs. That table over there in the kitchen, and it came with 5 chairs. I got it on the marketplace. I got it on my lunch break from work, and it was originally she's like selling it for $70, and I got it for $60.
That's awesome.
So I was like, this is like real furniture. Yeah. This isn't the fall apart IKEA stuff. This is like the real deal for $60. Table and chairs.
So I noticed you said your Craigslist ad is attracting the wrong people.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's another thing. You told me to do Craigslist, so I did Craigslist. And I already got like this long sob story from this lady. This was like the second lady to hit it up because she didn't understand it. She thought I was going to long-term my place for $90 a month or something. I don't know what the heck. Because I put 90 on there as the price to rent out, you know. I just put like an average. And I put the link to the Airbnb. I said, you know, Airbnb, this house, you know, short term and I did it and the weirdest thing, I did it for on the November 11th, the Texas Tech and Baylor are going to play here at Cowboy Stadium. So I don't know if you booked up yet, but I put it on the Craigslist in Lubbock, and I put it on Craigslist in
November what?
November 11th. That weekend.
Saturday? Yeah,
that Saturday.
Somebody hit me up about that weekend, but I don't think they booked yet. Okay, that's what it was. Okay.
So yeah, just a heads up. I mean, and so I said I'll Craigslist it. I'll promote it on each of those cities, you know, Waco and Tech, Lubbock. And so, but I guess it shows up here too for some reason. I don't know. It's because local people have been hitting me up about that ad. Hey, you know, you're renting out that long term, blah blah blah. Well, this one lady hit me up and she's like, oh. And this was in a text message, a long text message, and she was saying, oh, I was wondering if you're renting out your place. I need it for 2 months, coming up, immediately. I have a 3-year-old. I'm 3 months pregnant, or 3 months or 6 months pregnant, and we don't have a place right now. We're pretty much living out of our car, and I have these 2 adorable, the sweetest pit bulls you ever know. I'm like, oh man,
wow.
I'm getting a sob story.
Okay. Problem number 1.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, sorry you're going through that, but this is a short-term rental. And it's Airbnb. She's like, oh, well, how short term? And I was like, yeah, you just a few days at a time. And well, I was like, man, I immediately, because I do long term rental on the first one still, and immediately, I mean, okay, people in lower income people, why do they always get pit bulls? I mean, why do they always get pit bulls? It's like they can't never get an apartment if you have pit bulls, right?
Oh,
you can't rent a house hardly if you have pit bulls. Plus, I mean, I was already hearing the sob story from day one. There's no way I could do this.
Well, yeah, I'd be like, no, because she obviously can't prioritize. Like, why do you have dogs if you don't have a place to live?
If you don't have a place to live, right.
No offense to the dog owners who are homeless out there.
And it sucks, because, like, you go to the shelters, and it's just, there's so many pit bulls in the shelters, right? Because they can't get a place to live with freaking pit bulls.
That's the stupidest rule, because I grew up with pit bulls, and my dog has never hurt anyone.
Well, you wouldn't let them at your place, though, at your house. You wouldn't let people.
I don't do dogs. Period.
Exactly.
I mean, in my house or any of my properties, like I don't do pets, but I wouldn't discriminate just because it was a pit bull. But
so
I
if
don't
you
do
had a
pets
house, a standalone house, you wouldn't mind if people lived there with pit bulls?
No pets. Period.
Okay, but if you did accept pets,
if I accept
dogs,
I would accept a pit bull.
You would say pit bulls are cool too.
Yeah, because I hear the stereotype of they're vicious, but my experience with many pit bulls, I've never come across a vicious pit bull. I've actually, if anything, not allowed chihuahuas because I don't like the barking and the biting of the ankles.
Yeah.
Like my neighbor's chihuahua, I brought her a sign back from Vegas that says, beware, there's a chihuahua on watch or something. So if anything, it would be something like that because they bark and it's just like obnoxious. But
yeah. No offense, chiquis.
We actually had to chase a chihuahua down the other day.
Oh my God, yeah. We were over here at Khan's apartment complex, and this chihuahua just comes out. And I'm like, get back, go home. And he just starts turning around like he's going to go home, but then he runs back up on us. Like, pretty close. Like, this chihuahua is not scared. Like, Mike is ready to kick it. I'm just like, this is ridiculous.
So y'all written out Khan's place yet, or what?
Oh, no, we decided not to go with that route right at this time. We were going to, but it's really he just bought the apartments, and so they're trying to still flesh out the old tenants, which seemed like it wasn't the highest quality of tenants. Like there's roaches everywhere, and I mean it's just real life stuff. Because if you think about it, the Airbnb, who would want a place with the roaches? We're not saying any names. But, that's the reason why. I didn't know we couldn't be honest. I'm sorry, listeners. I forgot we're supposed to be fronting. I don't know. But, because if you just think about it, if you have a situation like that where there are bugs, that's not going to be good for any type of Airbnb. Because if you see one bug, you're kind of like booking it out of there. Unless it's a spider, but if it's like something like a roach, I'm sorry. Yeah. But, people usually aren't going to want to stay in those places. So hopefully he can get all the old tenants out of there and have, the type of renters you want to have who are clean and stuff. So that's the reason behind that. But
yeah, that's the thing with apartments, because if someone next door gets...
Yeah, and it was a clean place. You wouldn't expect there to be roaches. Like, looking at it, it looks clean. It doesn't smell anything weird like that. It's just the fact that when your neighbors are nasty, sometimes, or if it's just infested, it's just hard to kill all that off.
It'll go over to your spot, too. Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
But, oh well. More opportunities are presenting themselves, right?
Just room for more now.
Shoot, yeah. Well, cool. That was a good episode. Did y'all have fun?
Yes.
I've got a headache today. I don't know why. I got a freaking headache today. So my energy's a little low. But it's all right. It's still low and slow is good. Yeah, and then Mahogany's is the star of the show, so she always brings it. And Mike is over there making a million listings, so he's been on and off mic all night.
My bad, man. Got a few. I'm trying to break a record for this month.
I broke a record for October because I've never done it before, though. But yeah, and my wife Lupita chimed in. Say hi, Lupita.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, yeah. So the wives are on the show. So So the boys can't act too bad, I guess.
Yeah, now that y'all are doing your Airbnb, we could have a female episode.
A female episode, yeah. That'll work.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Well, cool. Anything else to add? Any other topics you wanted to grab real quick?
Don't think so.
Huh?
Nah, I'm good, man. Keep living, keep letting, and keep thriving.
That's genius, bro.
You'll never know. I just made that up on the spot.
Especially that living one. Keep living, because that's important, you know. You got to do that.
Like creativity.
Well, cool. For Myka, Mahogany, Lupita, I am Steve, and we are Live, Let, Thrive, and we will see y'all next week. Or y'all will hear us next week, something like that.
We won't be seeing you.
Yeah, I hope, well, maybe. If you see me, you probably don't know who I am, you know. Just think it's just another hot dude walking by. Anyways, we'll see y'all next time. Adios.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.